Welcome back everybody to the Rebel Chumps channel. Today we have an interesting video. We're actually gonna talk about something about Saberforge. So Saberforge has a system called ASP. And ASP is a system where you basically can make your own Saberforge saber. For example, you can purchase this saber in an ASP format. So you have a loose emitter, you have a loose body, loose pommel, a loose main body, and you can basically screw these sections together, use timing shims to align everything, put electronics in there, and you have constructed your own lightsaber. Now this is of course something that was not new before Saberforge. That exactly already existed way prior Saberforge, called something like MHH, and that was devised and engineered by the Custom Saber Shop. So that is very different, and I asked my son to go in the bed because he's very naughty, he needs to go sleep. Either way, ASP seems to be having a huge kickoff from Saberforge when they had this Kickstarter. They sold way beyond their goals, and basically making a lot of money with that. And yep, exactly. And basically they went beyond that. And the interesting thing is, they seemingly were on a steamroll. They were doing something very, very well. But as soon as that Kickstarter was completed, it started to wear off. ASP wasn't the same anymore. You could see it. Certain parts were not longer being restocked. The Rebel emitter, the Rebel body, etc. For an instance, a lot of individual parts were not restocked anymore. So you're stuck with parts that were not really desirable to build your own lightsaber, and you ask Saberforge when you're gonna restock it, and it was like an ETA that couldn't be confirmed, soon, and it has been dragging off for over a year now. And one thing I also noticed is the amount of, well, the lack of the amount of ASP saber builds that's being reviewed on YouTube or in Facebook groups or in the even on the Saberforge forum, for that matter. It was not that prevailing. It wasn't that. It was a very popular way to do it, and because the system itself is quite finicky. You have these timing shims, and the timing shims are not fantastic because you need to have a whole, you have to put a whole bunch in them in order, for example, to make the saber all fully aligned. And it just was something that put this light on, so it's a little bit darker, so let's use the saber light for now. It wasn't really working that great, and it's just a technique that it left to the desire, right? It's like you need to build the saber yourself, but it was a little bit finicky. Things does not line up properly. The electronics that you drop in does not always work that well. You have to glue the switch in, you have to glue in the recharge port. It's just it's a system, and it has potential. And MIS is doing that for a long time, but you can also see, if you look at it, the MIS self-built lightsabers are not that prominent on the afterhand market. You don't see much sabers that has MIH, they are built by MIH parts. Yeah, you sometimes find them, but most of the time you find complete sabers like this, just completely sold off by a sabersmith or saber company, electronics in there, etc. Because that's in general what people want. Or they want to buy an empty kit, they got the whole saber themselves. It can be like something like an MIS or something like an ASP system, but the system in general is not as popular as it seems to be. And Phil Isherwood actually made an official statement about this on the Saberforge forum. So that's why I dare to say, officially, Saberforge admits that the ASP line they have is a failure. It failed, guys. It failed, and it's just not a good system, and people are not buying into it. And this is a post here by Phil Isherwood on the Saberforgeforum.com. You can find it as in today, on the 16th December of 2017. You can still find it. It's in a thread called "What want to ask Phil a Saberforge question. He posted this around 4 months ago, and that's why I want to bring it up now, because 4 months ago they talked about it. They talked about the ASP line, and this is what the owner of Saberforge says about the ASP line by Saberforge. So this whole piece here was written by Dart Squidius. He's he's a YouTuber as well. He makes cool videos. Not to confuse him with Dart Shidius or Dart Sidious, which is an asshole, which is also one of the moderators on this forum. But nonetheless, Dart Squidius says they talked about the ASP line with the Grandmaster, yeah, Phil Isherwood, and so we're going back and forth, and probably this is here comes the question. So this is basically building up to that, to what Phil was saying. So this is I think sci-fi dude's reply. So this is probably hitting the nail on the head here. In various saber groups I see more people who simply buy sabers loaded with the options they want, like I normally do. I buy a complete saber either empty or with electronics in there, because I want a complete hilt that is fully pre-constructed. Everything is aligned already, pre-aligned. Everything, when I screw it together, it is what the saber is, as it's supposed to be. It's maybe a little bit limited because it's not my design, it's not my design on the different parts, but it's a well balanced, well constructed product, and that's why it's so important to me. So a lot of people are on the same side as me. They buy these kind of products for the same mindset. Then they say so they don't see a lot of ASP lines, ASP sabers around as they supposed to see. And then this is what Phil basically said: 100% accurate. With the success of our Kickstarter, I was expecting ASP sales to meet or exceeding regular saber orders, but that has not been the case at all. So the owner of Saberforge admits that the Saberforge ASP line does not sell as well at all as expected, or what they wanted. Once the hype died down, the ASP ended up being pretty tiny fraction of our overall sales. That is very worrisome. That means the ASP line is nothing but a gimmick on their website, just where a few people sometimes buy ASP parts from, but it's something that is hardly making any sales. So they're losing money on that. Yes, they got all the ROI, the return of investment from the Kickstarter. No, there was way more invested by different people buying into the Kickstarter to get this ASP line out there. But now you have these parts in their magazine, buckets full of individual emitter sections, body sections and whatnot, and they're not being sold. They're just lying around. As a result, it's getting pretty tiny fraction of our R&D and production budget. This is the deal. So what Phil Isherwood is saying here, ASP line does not get any money invested anymore. So basically there's so little money invested in it, so you don't see new ASP pommels, you don't see new emitter section, no new body section, nothing, zero. No new parts are being created or designed, because it does not make any money. So it makes no sense for Saberforge to keep making new parts for ASP, because it just does not take up as they wanted. So that means if you want to build your own Saberforge ASP saber, I would say just forget about it. Just don't spend your money on it, because it's a silly, stupid system. It does not work. The owner from Saberforge admits it. He also admits that he's not going to spend any more money investing making new parts. So whatever there is now the offering on the Saberforge website is not going to change. That is what you get. That's what you have available, and that's when they're going to stay with it. It's not going to change. And then Phil also says people want to have pre-built sabers. At least that's what the data suggests. I'm also heartbroken about this as you guys. Obvious, I started this company because I wanted to make my very own sabers and expected more people to share my do-yourself spirit. Now, of course, the do-yourself spirit that Phil Isherwood refers to was basically a stolen copy of the custom saber shop. Let's be honest, it's nothing more than that. So that is very, very prominent and very clear to say here. That is what he did. So it's a very interesting thing. So the owner from Saberforge is not going to invest any more money in their ASP line as it stands, because it doesn't bring up any money, because it's just a fraction from the income of the Saberforge sales. So I basically recommend anybody who watching now and who's on the fence of buying ASP Saber with the mindset of buying individual pieces and being able to comprise all kinds of sabers by yourself at any times they want. So for example, a lot of people are thinking, okay, let me buy now 3 different emitters, 2 different bodies and 2 different pommels, and then every time I'm like, oh, I'm bored with this physique of the saber, I'm just bored with the outlook, just change out the emitter or something. You can still do it, but the parts that are available are very limited, and it's probably Phil's gonna let it die out, because it just is not worth for him to continue doing that. And he actually invested some money already there are certain hilts that are more popular, like the Prodigal Son and the Redeemer, that were made available in a pure ASP setup. So what that means is that they hiked up the price to $200, made all the parts basically ASP compatible or ASP parts, put them together and sell it as a complete Redeemer or complete Prodigal Son hilt on the website, or you could go buy the individual ASP parts. Now that was only done with those 2 hilts, and I don't think he's going to continue with that, because he basically stated himself, ASP is not doing what he wants in sales, and he's not going to invest any more money. So from that point of view, if you're watching and you're on the fence of getting a Saberforge ASP saber, I'd just say don't do it. It's a system that's going to die out. That ASP system is going to end, and it's just not worth it. It's not worth to invest your money now, because in the long run you will be stuck with an ASP saber where the ASP line will be removed from the website at some point, and you can't buy any new individual parts anymore. You're stuck with it till the I think that's my suspectation here, because if I go to the Saberforge.com website and I'll show you guys, you can see that a lot of parts are not even in stock anymore. So I highly suspect they just let the stocks run out of what they have, and then they just gonna complete that. You basically cannot purchase those ASP parts anymore. Like a good few parts that are really popular. I think this one is popular. Okay, they might have replenished some parts now, but let me see. These are really popular parts as well. I believe these ones are the ones are. Okay, maybe they replenished some of the parts. We can check it out, but. In general, there's also a good factor that's being brought up in the chat now, is that the part. Oh, 1 second, guys. Sorry.
I hear someone.
Go sleep. No, sorry, there was nobody knocking the door. My son made a false judgment. Either way.
I hear it.
Okay. The important stuff here, guys, is the pricing that was brought up by Mr. Finningen. It's just look at the prices. Like, what the freak? Like an Graflux emitter, $80. $80 for just a emitter. To make an entire ASP saber, it's gonna cost you easily 200, 300, 250. Now let's build a saber, and then I give you a good indication what you're buying for an empty hilt, an empty ASP saber. And that's why you can see, and I don't understand why Phil Isherwood cannot see it himself, but it makes it too freaking expensive, dude. It's way too expensive. You sell it for way too much money. So standard finish. We make it standard. Okay. Here we go. this item is currently only available for pre-order. You know what this means? This probably is they not have anything in stock. They only will get it in stock if there's enough people pre-ordering this hilt, and then they make a new batch of these ASP parts, because they're not investing money anymore, because that is what Phil Isherwood just said on the forum. They're not making investment anymore, so they let their customers purchase this first. They accumulate a several amount of customers that want this ASP part, and then they go into the production, make these parts, and then get them shipped over. So that is how Saberforge is doing that currently. So we got this emitter. So we're going to the switch section. We want to build. We're gonna go for a Graflex, because a Graflex, of course, is a very popular design. So let's say we want to have an ASP Graflex, because we want to prepare it for the future. Let's say in a few months we have this Graflex saber, and we say, we want to change out some parts because we get bored with it, and that's the whole appeal from a Saberforge ASP system. You can just change out the parts. So you start off with a design that you want. Oh, this part is also out of order. So you can see there's already plenty of items not in order, in stock. So here we go. So we want $290 US already. $219 US. 219. And then the pommel. Where's the? Here we go. $30 for a flimsy. Oh, it's also non-stock. Okay, so this whole saber is basically not in stock. So this empty hilt's gonna cost you $200 freaking $250 US, just empty, nothing there. And wow, then this saber's, for example, $150 empty. So that's a big price difference. And we got some comments here, so let me read them as well. Well, I flipped the screen for a second. And so what are the comments? Phew. Wanilio says, I have 2 sabers from Saberforge. I like them, but I'm not gonna buy another from them or ASP saber. There are other producers making fantastic hilts. It's only my opinion. Kawasaki says, it's too bad. I like the option to customize my own sabers and never thought about changing it after the fact. How bright are Saberforge 12 plus LEDs compared to other saber companies gonna buy a saber soon? Well, they're bright. They're pretty bright. I do like them. They're not as bright as they're being sold, like super bright. I feel personally as bright as a Tricree, but it's which is kind of sad to me. It's kind of sad that Star Wars is much bigger than just the main characters, but to each his own, I guess. Yeah, that's true, but the ASP system is just... I think it's a combination. It's way too expensive, it's a finicky system, and it's just... Majority of the people just want to buy a complete saber. They don't want to finick around too much. Like, they don't want to do too much with it. Levi said, dude, getting a saber $250 with sound, light, and many other features. Jeez, yeah, that's what I said, right? $250 for an ASP line. Saberforge saber is too expensive. For around $100 more, you have a very exclusive Solos hold saber, which is of course empty hilt, but it's a very sought after empty hilt, for example. Mr. Phoenix asks, quick question. Is the difference between a mid-grade blade and a heavy-grade blade in the brightness really noticeable? Yeah, I do feel, but certain brands of certain saber companies have different type of polycarbonate, and some is better than the others. Hey, Levi, it's Levi. Okay, Levi Blanchard. Sorry. I mispronounced your name here. But yeah, in general, guys, the ASP line is basically doomed. If Phil Isherwood admits that he's not going to invest any more money in the ASP line, and he doesn't see it back in the sales, then he is gonna murder that ASP line pretty soon, because it's not profitable and he's not gonna make any new parts. Parts will be out of stock till there's plenty of people ordering said parts, and then he will manufacture them in arrears after people paid for it. So I feel like this whole system is just a massive failure by Saberforge, and admitted by the owner from Saberforge. You can check it out on yourself, check out the forum, check out the tweet. You see it from the master himself, the owner of Saberforge, admitting that the ASP line is basically rubbish, and it's not living up to both the customers' expectations and the expectations of what Phil Isherwood and Saberforge had in mind with ASP sales. So that being said, yeah, it's really sad. And we got some more comments.
I just freaking
So, sorry, my son just said he needed to puke or something.
I just only freaking puke.
Okay, going to bed. Sorry, he's 7 years old. He needs to go to bed. Go upstairs. I love you. Kick says I bought the Hero Tier Reborn for $350 and it said it come with purple, green, and white. Okay, that's cool. Well, Saberforge too much money for me anyway. Yeah, okay, I can understand that. Okay, you need help? Sorry, my son needs help. Milsey says I'm looking forward to my MPP MK1 double review. Cool. Let me see. Yeah, I'm sorry, Gups. Yeah, my son apparently just had to puke or something, and now he doesn't. He's
I freaking puke on the wall.
You puke on the wall, so probably I have to clean the toilet after that.
Oh, you freaking puke on the wall.
I'll probably get a nasty surprise once I get in after this live video.
Did you find my sword of box?
Okay, sorry guys, 1 second. It is all live here, and he doesn't want to go to bed normally. Okay, can you pay some attention and do it yourself?
Shit.
Okay, don't say bad words, huh? Because the police is watching.
It's not.
Yeah, it's police.
Where?
No, go to bed.
Where?
Okay, go to bed. Go sleep. So,
I use all duct tape.
Either way, yeah, you guys have seen it now yourself. By Saberforge, it has been admitted that ASP line is not a success, and they're not investing more money than they have to. And you can see that back in all parts, a lot of parts not being available at the moment, or no new parts since the ASP release. We have been waiting so long for new parts or replenishment of, like the ASP Rebel parts, for example. People have been asking for the longest time to have those parts back in stock, and it never happened. So it's just a waste. It's a silly, stupid system. And it's just, yeah, it's just stupid. It's just a stupid system by Saberforge. And yeah, I think Phil's just gonna let it die out. So if you're on the verge of getting ASP, I would say just don't do it. I would say go for, let's say, the custom saber shop MHS system, which basically already exists for 5 years, 6 years, if not more. And it's a very durable system. It's also not the most popular system for that reason, because it's more for do-yourself people. But it's definitely more durable in terms of longevity of the brand, getting different parts, different sizes than from Saberforge. Milc says if Vader's Fall did some sort of an ASP system, it would be much better. Well, they going into some sort of a direction, because all the sabers now are in 3 parts. If I'm not say correct, yeah, 3 parts. So it has the upper section, and it has the lotus section, and it has a pommel, and it unthreads in the middle. So they definitely makes a sort of a ASP line or MHS system, but for anything that is more of the use of a friendly installation for them, for Vader's Fall, to quickly repair your saber or do other stuff with it than anything. I don't think Vader's Fall is going to the ASP route, because they want to provide a complete experience. You purchase a completely installed Saber. They don't want you to mess around with it. They don't want you to open it up because you void your warranty. They don't want you to tamper with it, so they're not going to that route. They're way smarter from that perspective than Saberforge. So I also interested to see, yeah, sorry, I see some more comments. I'm also to see what it will do with, for example, the cells of the Kyber lightsabers, because those have like these integrated parts as well. But you get a whole bunch of those parts in the box, and I think that is the appeal for people, because for 250 bucks you get the whole set with different parts, and I think that is more appealing to people than buying individual parts from Saberforge website. Anyway, so Nathan says, I mean, since the custom Saber shop has all the custom stuff you would ever need, there's no need to go for Saberforge. Yeah, true. Questmac, okay, I just logged in. Can you recap me, please? Yeah, sure. So let me just recap that for anybody that's just jumped into. So Saberforge, the owner from Saberforge, from Phil Isherwood, he admitted that the ASP line is basically a flop, and they're not going to invest any more money in their ASP line. They're not going to put money in further upgrading the line with new parts, etc. Because Phil Isherwood on the Saberforge.com website basically says the ASP sales has flopped, it didn't meet expectation, it's being a very tiny fraction of the overall sales, and as a result, it's getting pretty tiny fraction of our R&D and production budget. So that means don't expect any new parts, new designs, new whatever, new parts for ASP. Don't expect any of that. A lot of parts are not being for sale anymore for the longest time, and that is resulting. You can see that on the Saberforge website. You go try to order several ASP parts and you will find half of them are no longer in stock and you need to pre-order them. So that was it. Kawasaki says, I don't agree with that it's a super system, but I feel there was more badly implemented system. It's a shame that's dying out. Yeah, no, okay. I had this Saberforge ASP Graflex, and I have to say, it was an okay system. I don't like the timing shims. I don't like the tiny threads, because it literally had like 1 or 2 threads. It's not a very good system in that regards of threading, because you have all kinds of parts threading together. So you want to have a good beefy amount of thread, so you can thread those parts good and tight together, especially if you're going to add timing shims in between. You cannot rely on parts threading together on 1 thread or 2 threads only. That's keep on threading, unless you do like a super glue in it, or you do like a thread lock. It's just not good. It's not a good design for an ASP system, or an parts assemble system. I don't think so. So, and I don't like the timing shims as well. It's a stupid system. I'm sorry, I don't like the system. That's my personal opinion. I do appreciate your opinion. I just don't like it, how it's implemented, which I do agree with you. Levi, Blanca. Sorry, I'm so bad. Saberforge has stopped supplying ASP, and you really shouldn't get an ASP system because it's likely going away. Yeah, absolutely. I think the same. Phil Isherwood is not going to continue investing money in a dead end. And it makes sense, right? Why would you keep pushing money in that? Unless maybe he comes with another Kickstarter, let the customer prepay for a new system or new parts, and then he has a limited run of new ASP parts. Maybe he goes into that again. So I think, and I keep saying, if you're on the fence, you want to get the Saberforge and you were looking at the ASP parts, I would say don't do it, because you can see that the Saberforge, the owner of Saberforge, is not feeling comfortable. He already say it's a flop in terms of sales. He's not going to invest money in it. So I would say save your money, don't buy it into ASP parts. Just don't do it. It's a waste of your money, because the line is not continue. There will be no new parts on the long term. That's ASP system of the flexibility of changing out parts whenever you want. It's not gonna work out if there's no new parts, no new designs, no restocks available. So I would say get it done. Get it. Forget about it. Question mark says, "Oh, thank you for the recap. And by the way, I got my Skyler. Awesome, nice. It's you got it one day after premiere. Yeah, I'm still waiting for the new Saber Trio Saber, the Aaron. It's not here yet as well. It is what it is. I mean, it's a very busy time, Christmas time, a lot of shipping everywhere from every corner of the world. Well, pronouncing skills or not, you're freaking awesome. Ah, thank you. Oh, guys, there was a really cool video that I saw on YouTube, and I want to give a shout out now I'm here. I hope you guys gonna check him out. So let me search that, and then I'll change the screen for you guys. What is his name? Saberforge buying a guy. So there was this really cool new video by somebody. He did a shout out for me, and I was really impressed by basically his video. And gosh, let me see if I can find it. It's a really good guide for anybody interested in buying a Saberforge saber, and just want to have some more feedback on how somebody like from a third perspective experience his whole purchase of a Saberforge saber. Come on, I should be able to find that one. I left him a comment today. Let me do that here. Let me just search that, because it was so good. That was so good. Come on, no, I can't find it. Ah, gosh, I'm sorry, guys. I tried to find this video. It's such a good video. It's called something Saberforge beginner guide, beginner buying guide, and he where is this video? Give me this video. Give me the video. Saberforge plus guide. Oh god, that's why I cannot find it. It's so bad. I really want to show it to you guys. It's such a cool video by this person that made it. His name was Dave or something. Dave. Ah, gosh. Dave plus Saberforge. Is it Dave and Saberforge? Ah, man, I'm sorry, Dave. If it was Dave, I'm not even sure anymore now. Damn it. I'm sorry. I must look like really stupid here. You guys chat for a second, because I really wanna bring up this guy. I wanna show it. I know Cal Miller made the response. Come on, can I find it? It was such a funny video. I know, guys, sometimes that happens, right? You see something, and then you need to show it. You need to share it, because I felt it was so good. It was so good. Come on, give me the god. Damn it. Why can I find it? Why? Post by Cal Miller. That's not the Cal Miller that I know. There's somebody else. Damn it! Damn it, Cal! You had such a good post. Now, anyway, sorry guys, I can't find it. Shit. Well, I'm really sorry for the person who made the video. YouTube history. How can I check my YouTube history? That's a good one. Ah, history. Dang it. You guys are amazing. That's a freaking good one. Thanks. Did I watch it on my account? I did subscribe to him. Did I? Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure. I subscribed to him. When did I look at it? It was today. It was today. Ah, gosh, come on. Come on. No. Search history. No, it's not coming up here. Our first lightsaber experience. Yes, found it. Awesome, guys. Woo! Oh, his name is Adam. Wow, close enough. Okay, so this is the video you guys want to check out. So let's see, is it coming up? Okay. Change the screen. Come on. Change it. There's a massive delay here. Oh, guys, don't try to talk spoilers, huh? No spoilers, please. No spoilers about Star Wars The Last Jedi. Just let people enjoy the movie. So this is the video. It's called My First Lightsaber Experience with the Community, a Buyer's Guide. It's a freaking good video. Like, for real, guys. Adam did a really good job. And he gave me a massive shout out in this video. It's near the end. And he basically talked about my Saberforge, the truth about Saberforge video. I would highly recommend you guys check out this video. He's super funny. The video that he made was super funny. It's called My First Lightsaber and Experience with the Community. It's a good spot on video. You guys, I recommend to check it out. It's really fun. Anyway, so we're gonna wrap up the video shortly because my son needs to sleep. Whoo! Yeah. So guys, to finalize this whole story here, I highly recommend to not buy into the Saberforge ASP line because it's a dying breed. It's gonna die out. Saberforge is not going to continue it. And the post that I just showed from Phil Isherwood was 4 months ago. In the last 4 months, nothing has changed. Nothing has improved for the ASP line, so they don't do anything with it. I sincerely suggest you to keep your money in the pocket. Don't buy into the ASP line. Get them just. I don't say don't buy a Saberforge saber. Just get an Elite saber or Apprentice hilt or what else. But don't buy into the ASP line because it's gonna die out. It's just crappy. It's just Phil Isherwood, the owner of Saberforge, give up to it. That's why you don't invest anymore. So get rid of it. Don't do it. Matthew, hey Rebel Champs, check out this video me and my friends made about a Saberforge hilt with a lot more times. The editing make it look okay. Cool. We'll check it out. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope this was a good eye opener about the Saberforge line and what Phil Isherwood said about it, and why are you posting your videos twice? Oh, we're spamming here. Are we spamming here? No spamming in the chat, please. And thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next video. And as always, stay scummy. Bye bye. Woo. Bye.